Okay. Bye, honey.
Whenever I walk, it goes. Goodbye.
Bye. 7. Be safe. Bye.
Bye.
What's the equivalent of that? Like a Frankie Bell or whatever.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
How do you take your steak?
I prefer it medium well.
I'm a well done guy. And don't come for me, okay? Don't at me. Don't come for me in the comments. I've had rare. It's like... I feel like rare is... The next step is just taking a bite out of a live cow. I can dig on medium rare, and I have. But well done... I like a little bit of texture. And sometimes it'll be crispy on the edge.
Beef jerky-esque.
Yeah. Yes.
And oop.
So why do you like medium well over medium rare or well done?
I like the outside to be sort of crisp.
Yeah.
And then I like just the barest pink tint on the inside. Just because I like it kind of tender and juicy.
Yeah. Kind of smooth and buttery on the teeths. But I've noticed recently that overcooking foods has been gangbusters, like really, really good. So the first example is you make homemade pizza and you put together like this naan flatbread kind of thing that we buy ahead of time. It's pre-made. You throw some pizza sauce on there, cheese, pepperoni in the case of me and Lennox. And you throw it in the oven. And Lennox is... Well, what's the time? How long do you put it in the oven for Lennox and Luna?
15 minutes.
And then for me?
30 minutes.
Because I like the crunch. I'm like, when I eat one of the 30-minute ones, I'm like, wow, this is so good. This is so crunchy.
You like it blackened,
Yeah.
crispy, like a cracker?
Yeah. It's very satisfying, the crunch for me. But that's a personal preference. But so chicken thighs, which you've cooked many a time, the time before the most recent time, like it wasn't anywhere near raw, but I remember eating it and I was like, these could have stayed in a little longer.
It had no texture to it. It was cooked.
Yeah.
It was not undercooked, but
Right.
it was just like
Yeah.
cooked enough.
It wasn't rare. But I said, the last time you cooked chicken thighs, I said, leave them in the oven longer. And then, so what was the normal time and then what did you do?
The normal time was 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the next time I did it for an hour.
Yeah.
And then this most recent time, I left it in for an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I turned off the oven and I just let it sit in the hot oven for another 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah. And seasoning is key. You season very well. And then you throw green onions on there.
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
very important. But they were super good.
I thought you were crazy when you
Yeah.
wanted me to start cooking them.
I mean, I am
more than an
crazy
hour.
for texture.
But you were so right. Like the crispy chicken thighs, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
We're never going back.
Yeah. Yeah. And even the parts that aren't crispy, it's just, there's just something more satisfying or more pleasurable.
Somehow they're still juicy too.
Yeah. Yeah. Not too fat either.
No, they're good.
And then a few weeks ago, you cooked chicken pesto lasagna. And again, not undercooked, not raw by any means. And it was good, and it was better the second day. But I thought this needed another 45 minutes or so. Because I thought about, like when you buy the microwave frozen lasagna, and you throw it in the microwave there, and when it's done, the hard parts on the edges, and just regular conventional lasagna in the glass bakeware, the hard edges, that little bit of crunch, little bit of tear and pull. I find that so good and pleasurable.
It is so good.
And satisfying. Hot dogs are another thing I enjoy overcooked. I think this is more like pizza personal preference, but so recently at my work, we had a picnic. A picnic? Was it what everyone brings?
Barbecue?
Something?
Oh, potluck?
Potluck. We had a potluck, and they had the grill going outside. It was really good. Burgers, hot dogs, hot links, etc. But the hot dogs, I looked at the packaging and they were bar S, which is like the lowest of the low. And I was like, really, John? Really? But how I solved it, when I went up there to my plate, with my plate to the grill, I was like, give me the most burnt, nasty hot dogs, cheapest, crappiest hot dogs you got. And they were good. I'm
with you. Like, the blacker the hot dog, the better.
Yeah. I remember I used to, like, in the microwave, and when I used to grill way back in the day. I mean, when I lived with my parents, they had a little hibachi in the backyard. But I would just throw the hot dogs on there and just let them sit, let them go until they were blick and crispy. And, it's a little bit of charcoal briquette, a little Kingsfordy, but it's good. Another thing that I like to overcook is hash browns. So, like, we buy the patties, and the recommended time to cook is 35 minutes. We just had them yesterday and put them in the toaster oven for 35 minutes, and they were still soft and mushy. So I doubled that. 70 minutes. Yeah, you need patience. And yeah, I didn't have patience, so I started eating one. 5 more minutes. Eat another one. 5 more minutes. But by the end, the last 2, even though there were 8 in the entire package, and yes, I ate them all, they were super crispy. And
whole house smelled like burnt. Something was on fire.
So good. And it was nice and greasy coming out. Yesterday, you took a chance on buffalo cauliflower bites. This is a frozen meal that you microwave. Life Cuisine in the brand. You got it from Grocery Outlet. And a while ago, I swore off all like cauliflower tots, broccoli wings, green bean fries, because they're so bad. They're
always terrible.
Yeah, they're a huge miss. And it's like, oh, I'm having French fries that are healthy, but no. It's like a vegetable, poorly dressed, poorly prepared.
No, a real vegetable would be good. I don't know what they do with these things. That's just disgusting.
Yeah. Well, you try to play hide and seek or whatever with the fried food and the fat and say, oh, I'm going to eat healthy, but it's not good on the fried end. It's not good on the healthy end. It's terrible. But you did the buffalo cauliflower bites, and you left them in a little long.
I left them about 10 minutes more than 10 or 15 minutes more.
Yeah.
They were very good, actually.
They were good.
But we should have left them like 30 extra minutes.
Now you're talking. now you're coming to the dark side.
I am. You brought me over.
This can go wrong. Overcooking things, like when we get pizza, Little Caesars or whatever. Next day, throw it in the toaster oven. Again, I'm impatient, and I just want things as quickly as possible because I'm a lazy fat American. And so I'll just throw it in the toaster oven, highest temperature and longest setting, and it ends up being burnt, and that's no good.
When it comes to bread, that's where you and I diverge. I definitely don't want my bread to be overdone and hard and crispy.
Yeah. But well, actually, we ate breakfast this morning. We had toast, and you used to like want your toast. You used to set the toaster to 1, and I'm a 7 guy. 7 is the max. But recently, the past 2 breakfasts we've had, you've like had browning on your toast. I used to get your toast out of the 1 setting, and I'd be like, this is straight out of the package, dude. 0 heat, 0 toast.
Well, I like it a little brown now.
Yeah. It's good. Overcooking. Way to go. On certain things. So your dad turned 67. Happy birthday, Alan Fisher. Well, one thing is that he doesn't like to acknowledge it, right? He said, don't make a big deal, and I get it. I don't like to make a big deal of mine, but it's because I don't have friends. But I guess when I'm in my mid to late 60s, I'll not have friends. I won't have friends, and I'll be much older. But your parents came over and they brought a pie, a sugar-free apple pie, because Alan doesn't eat sugar, that they got from Nugget right next to us in West Sacramento. So they came over and dished it out. And I didn't eat any because I was on track that day. And at that point of the day, I was on track for 16, 17 hours. It's a lifestyle, honey. It really is. It's a way of life. But you guys had some pie, and your mom wasn't a fan of the sugar-free pie.
Yeah, she didn't think it was very good.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. I ate a whole piece with some ice cream.
Yeah. And then, so they took off. And your mom was like, throw it away if you want, right?
Yeah. She's like, it's not good. Throw it away.
So it's me, you, and Len. We're just standing in the kitchen, sitting there, chatting, whatever. And then Len looks down at the pie. It's still in its box. And he said, yo, this pie costs $23.99. And lo and behold, I look at the price tag, $23.99, which to me, for a pie, is an outrageous price. $24 for a pie?
It's up there on the high end, I'd say, for buying a pie.
Yeah. I would think even Cheesecake Factory, Marie calendars, Mary calendars, maybe it would approach that, but I feel like those are more maybe bespoke than the Nugget, which is a supermarket. But the $24 price tag blew me away. So right away I was like, I'm going to take a bite of this pie. I want some of this pie. I must have some of this.
We are not wasting this pie.
$24 pie. You ain't throwing this $24 over my dead body. You throwing it in the trash. I thought it was really good. I was like, this is really good pie. But I don't know. See, $24, because you can get pie, like fresh pie, not like Sara Lee frozen pie, whatever. You can get fresh pie from the deli at Walmart for $6.
Wow.
And I mean, I haven't done a taste test, but I don't know if it's 4 times as good. And even if it is, I don't want something 4 times. I don't want to pay 4 times the price of a Walmart pie to maybe get 4 times the pie, the taste. I mean, it was really good, but so lo and behold, I put on my investigative journalism hat. I went to Nugget. They have $33 pie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why? Like, what was it? Do you remember?
I don't know.
And
At the Nugget, something called the Real Pie Company, Real Pie Co., Real Pie Co. period, Jumbo Berry Pie. $32.99. $33 for a pie. Thanks, Joe Biden. I think these prices are nuts, dude.
They are steep.
Yeah. And you can get something at Walmart for 1/4 the cost. And is it 5 times or 4 or 5 times as good? Maybe. But do you want to pay 4 or 5 times the price? I personally don't. But it was really good. It was really good pie. We should do a side-by-side taste test.
I'm here for that.
It's a good clickbait, honey. I'm already thinking of the thumbnail. So we go to the gym, honey. We lift. We're really strong. We go to our condo gym, which is small, but cozy, I would say. There's a guy in there who wears Vans, the shoes, while lifting. First of all, those aren't working out shoes. I wore Vans when I was like 11. I didn't skate. I was a poser. But yeah, wearing Vans in the gym, highly questionable. But he goes when we go. We often see him in there weekday afternoons, 5 p.m.-ish. And he always is playing music on his phone. And it's always the hippity hop with curse words. Okay, the F word, the S word, the N word. Bad words. And like I don't get it.
It's so fascinating to me because never mind the curse words, just the courage and the audacity to have your music choice blasting for everyone to hear.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be very confident and
Yeah.
sure of yourself to do that.
Yeah, or just an annoying pain in the butt. And again, if he's, because oftentimes he's in there by himself when we walk in there, and that's fine. Do whatever you want. This goes to the lady we were talking about a few weeks ago who had weights over here, and then she had the mat over there, and she was on another machine.
She took 2 sets of weights
Yeah.
with her to the floor, even though she obviously can't use 2 sets at the same time.
Yeah,
So then I was stranded, and I had no weights for me to use because she was hogging them.
yeah. Well, and so like play your music, but once someone else walks in, turn it off.
Yeah, you have to have the gym etiquette when you're not alone.
Yeah.
You have to follow the rules.
And it sucks working out in silence and you don't talk to each other, and it's a little awkward, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. He did lower the volume of his telephone, and then when he left, he said bye, although he didn't say hi when we first walked in. And then, so how our condo gym is structured is that there's a weight room and then a cardio room with a treadmill and elliptical. And I saw him in the cardio room on a treadmill, and he was running in Vans.
Yes.
Like, bro, this is like the basketball players playing in Chuck Taylors and Converse All-Stars in the 1950s. Wear some Nikes, wear some Avia, wear some Adidas. But so Vans guy playing music, turned it down for us, left. But then, so I was like, okay, I'm in the clear, whatever. I'm by myself. And you took off to cook dinner. But lo and behold, Vans guy was a walk in the park. I was missing Vans guy because 3 bros walk in, one of them wearing a gold chain, and they had a Bluetooth speaker bumping, like boom, boom.
Wow.
Back on the hippity hop. It was Migos, okay. Rest in power. Takeoff? Is that the one who died? But I was just like, dude, like you walk in, see me, play your music, wear your gold chain. Like, what the hell, dude? I wonder how it would play if I was like an old woman. If I was an old woman, if I was a different race, for instance, also, would they keep playing it? Just like, people are just so like out of it or inconsiderate.
Very inconsiderate. No etiquette, no courtesy.
Yeah.
People are rude these days.
Yeah. And he was wearing a gold chain outside his t-shirt, which you're wearing a gold chain outside your t-shirt while working out. Grandma Bev bought Lennox a gold chain. He hasn't worn it outside the house yet.
Because I won't let him.
A necklace. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I said you can, but tuck it under your shirt because you don't want to get... Well, I think 2 things. One, it looks like you're trying to be flashy. Like you're trying to impress people or check me out. I can afford 24 karat gold, whatever. And then 2, you don't want it stolen, dude.
That's what I worry about, him getting it stolen or losing it.
Yeah.
I let him have it in his bedroom and that's it.
I listen to the rappers. That's a sign of conquering. It's like, we snatched their chain and took off, and now we're on Instagram with this chain we stole from a rapper. Like Jay-Z said, honey, get your chain tooken. I may do it myself. I'm so Brooklyn. I know. I'm very street. Alrighty. Well, are we done, honey?
Yes.
Okay. We're done. Oh, bye-bye.